Are vegetables really good for you? Every doctor, nutritionist, and government health agency agrees on one thing: eat your vegetables. It's so obvious that questioning it sounds insane, like questioning gravity. But a growing number of researchers, doctors, and scientists are doing exactly that. And they're pointing to studies most people have never seen, studies that challenge everything we thought we knew about the food sitting on your plate right now. The mainstream view is simple. Vegetables contain vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants. Populations that eat more vegetables tend to live longer. Case closed, right? But some scientists argue we've confused correlation with causation, that what looks like evidence for vegetables might actually be evidence for something else entirely. One researcher compared eating plants to running Android software on an iPhone. The code wasn't written for that system. Plants and animals split from a common ancestor about 1.5 billion years ago. Since then, they've evolved completely different biochemistry. Plants use photosynthesis. Animals use cellular respiration. Plants make molecules like polyphenols, oxalates, and lectins to serve plant functions, not human functions. And when humans try to use these plant molecules, the results might not be what we expect. Plants can't run from predators. They can't fight back with claws or teeth, so they evolved chemical weapons instead. Take broccoli. When you bite into it, you break cell walls. That triggers a chemical reaction. Glucosinolates combine with an enzyme called myrosinase to form sulforaphane. It's a delayed-release defense weapon. The plant booby-trapped itself. And sulforaphane is marketed as one of the healthiest compounds in food. This isn't unique to broccoli. Bruce Ames, a biochemist at UC Berkeley, found that 99.99% of the pesticides humans consume are natural toxins that plants manufacture as defense chemicals. Only a tiny fraction comes from synthetic pesticides sprayed by farmers. Cabbage contains 42 known toxic compounds. Many damage DNA in laboratory studies. Some make an exception for fruit since plants benefit when animals spread their seeds. But for leaves, stems, and roots, the defenses are real. Mainstream nutrition celebrates sulforaphane. It activates something called the NRF2 pathway, which triggers the body's antioxidant defenses. Sounds great, but critics point out that tobacco smoke and alcohol trigger the same pathway. The body isn't welcoming sulforaphane. It's responding to it as a stressor. Studies back this up. When researchers fed raw broccoli to pigs, they found DNA damage. The same thing happened with fruit flies given broccoli extract. Cruciferous vegetables also contain goitrogins, compounds that interfere with thyroid function. Cases of hypothyroidism from eating too much kale have been documented even in Western populations. Broccoli isn't poison, but it raises uncomfortable questions about the superfood narrative. A 65-year-old woman went on a juice cleanse. She consumed 1,300 milligrams of oxalates daily. The result was acute kidney failure, requiring ongoing dialysis. Where did the oxalates come from? Spinach, almonds, beets, turmeric, chocolate, and tea. The human body produces about 10 to 30 milligrams of oxalates daily as waste. One green smoothie can contain over 1,000 milligrams. Oxalate crystals form microscopic needles. They've been found in thyroid glands, breast tissue, blood vessels, eyes, and kidneys. 75% of kidney stones are calcium oxalate. These aren't rare edge cases. They're the predictable result of consuming concentrated plant compounds. But wait, what about all those studies showing vegetables prevent disease? Hong Kong consumes more meat per capita than almost anywhere on Earth. They also enjoy the longest life expectancy. Does that prove meat is healthy? No, but it suggests that single variable explanations for longevity might be missing something, which brings us to healthy user bias. In Western culture, people who eat lots of vegetables also tend to exercise more, sleep better, avoid junk food, and not smoke. Was it the vegetables or everything else? Studies of health-conscious people in the UK found vegetarians had the same mortality rate as health-conscious meat eaters. Mormons and Loma Linda, Adventists, both lead healthy lifestyles and avoid alcohol and tobacco. But only the Adventists promote vegetarianism. The Mormons eat meat freely, yet live just as long. If vegetables were the secret to longevity, you'd expect to see a difference. Interventional trials tell a similar story. One 10-week study found the group without fruits and vegetables had better inflammatory markers. The published conclusion stated that removing dietary fruits and vegetables decreased oxidative damage to DNA. And it's not just potential toxins. Another health claim about vegetables is crumbling under scrutiny. Fiber. Carnivore dieters face one question constantly: how do you manage without fiber? The assumption is that fiber prevents constipation and colon cancer. The studies tell a different story. Fiber may increase stool frequency. It doesn't improve consistency, ease of passage, or discomfort. One study divided constipated patients into high fiber, low fiber, and zero fiber groups. The zero fiber group saw complete resolution of all symptoms. The high fiber group showed no improvement. 3 major trials in the New England Journal of Medicine followed patients for up to 8 years. High fiber diets showed no effect on adenoma recurrence. Adenomas are precancerous growths. One trial found fiber supplements actually increased polyp recurrence. Not decreased, increased. Mainstream nutrition pushes back hard against this alternative view. They point to decades of observational studies linking vegetables to better health. They cite the antioxidant benefits of plant compounds. They stand by fiber guidelines. These aren't fringe scientists. This is the established consensus. And yet the interventional trials keep failing to show the expected benefits. Plant compounds trigger stress responses. Fiber studies show neutral or negative results. Human nutrition is notoriously difficult to study. People lie about what they eat. Studies last months when effects might take decades. Everyone has biases. The question isn't which side to believe. It's whether we've been too certain for too long. The evidence against vegetables isn't airtight, but neither is the evidence for them. And that gap between confidence and proof deserves more attention than it gets. Plants evolved to survive, not to nourish us. That doesn't mean they're evil. It means they're indifferent. And maybe that indifference deserves more attention than it's gotten. Or maybe the hormetic stress from plant compounds genuinely makes us stronger, the way exercise does. The evidence isn't conclusive either way. What we do know is that nutrition science keeps changing. Fat was the enemy, then sugar was. Eggs were deadly, now they're fine. Maybe in 20 years we'll laugh at green smoothies the way we laugh at food pyramids now. Or maybe this alternative theory will fade into obscurity while mainstream advice holds steady. The only honest answer is that we're still figuring it out, and anyone claiming certainty probably isn't. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you might as well subscribe.